Click the links for Odysee, BitChute, Discord. Keep sub to the Discord. It's a good way to keep in touch. All right, so back in the day, people used to post with their this was like 5 or 6 years ago when Trump was running for office. They used to post with their 223s and Kevlar and plates and helmets and all this kind of shit. And it's like, just set us loose, Trump. Just set us loose. It's like, yeah, you guys aren't going anywhere. You're not getting off your couch. Note to self: you never want to post showing anything on the internet. That kind of stuff. Stick with the concept of you lost everything. Fishing. So that kind of stuff was cringe, but and it feels like cringy hyperbole to say, well, boys, we're getting close to go time, but it's not anymore because it really is getting there. It's like, yeah, this is actually happening. So if you're not prepped by now, I don't know if it's too late to prep, but to get what you need. And it's not just Liberty, Freedom Pellets. It's also stuff like rice. Like you want to have a lot of white rice around, and medications and stuff like that. Foods for a few years. Like you can have hundreds of pounds of white rice, and I specifically say white rice because it lasts, has a long shelf life. You keep it in sealed plastic containers. It's in bags, but then it's also you can seal it in plastic, and you can seal it in plastic bins. And it's like you can get a couple 100 pounds of white rice for almost nothing, and it will last you your lifetime. So that's something to start with. Anyway, and there's stuff like water filtration kits, or whatever. Anyway, so Pennsylvania, that doesn't get you put on FBI watch list. Here's the thing is, there's a mix up between like glowing and then also controlling people through the fear of that. It's like if you don't advocate illegal acts, you're not glowing. That's advocacy of illegal acts is what gets people knocking on your door. And again, if somebody knocks on your door, you just have no comment without an attorney present, and then you shut up. Anyway, so the fear of glowing is it gets people to. The thing is, like, censorship is what they did in like Russia and China, is like thinking that there's somebody who's going to sell you out in every corner of the digital sphere. The thing is, again, keep that concept in mind. Is like. You can actually form armed legal militias as long as you don't advocate illegal acts. Like, you don't actually need to talk about things that don't need to be talked about. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. So, House Dem introduces forced sterilization. 3-child limit legislation. I saw this on Gab, and I thought, oh, Gab, you're so full of these. Like, you guys are so full of shit, Gab. It's like all this nonsense about, like, there's, like, a lot of, like, people who are, like, I don't know how to call them, like, they're not as cautious about asking for receipts as you should be. And like, those guys are on our side too with, I don't know, like cryptozoology types. So there's not specifically that, but people who are not asking for receipts. It's like they're posting links and it comes to some website. It's like some website in the dark corner of the internet. It's not cross-reference. It's like, oh, come on, guys. Like, don't, like, just because we're on the right, it doesn't mean that we have to be as gullible, as these people on the left. So Christopher Rabb, don't say it, Bianca, sent out a memo regarding a law to enforce reproductive responsibility among men. The bill will force men to undergo vasectomies within 6 weeks from having their third child or their 40th birthday, whichever comes first. Includes $10,000 reward to whoever snitches to the proper authority. Oh. See, oh, fuck, I just won't say it. Don't say it. I mean, it's not a whole lot you can say. Prepare is all I'm saying. Prepare. I will say that. That is legally, constitutionally protected speech. Prepare. So no, you're not going to force sterilize anyone. This isn't China. The bill also includes legal actions for unwanted pregnancies against inseminators. Did you mean men? The people with vaginas. Did you mean women? Because only women have cervixes. Men don't have cervixes. This is just Fahrenheit 451, 1984 stuff. As long as state legislators continue to restrict reproductive rights of cis women, did you mean women? Trans men, again, women, non-binary people, women, there should be laws that address responsibility of men who impregnate them. Thus, my bill will also codify wrongful conception to include when a person has demonstrated negligence toward preventing conception during intercourse. Well, 90% of those guys are going to be black because they hit it and quit it and they raw dog. So good luck with that. Imposing fines on black dudes. I mean, how are you going to... You can't get water from a stone. So, State Rep Rowe posted this on his Facebook regarding his horrendous bill. I thought this was a joke when I saw it on Gab, is what I was trying to say. And then I come to Gateway Pundit, like, it's not a joke. So, if there's any doubt that today's progressive left have utterly and completely disregarded your personal medical freedom, then let this be the final nail in the coffin. Listen, if you're on the moderate left, you're going to have a come to Jesus moment and realize if you want, like, the Nazis are pro-free speech, or the people they call, the Germans of the 30s are the pro-free speech side. So yeah, you're going to have to come to the right or go to the left. I mean, but you're going to have to make up your mind. Like, sitting on this fence is going to just take you to the left, and we're going to the left so fast. And I know there's a lot of people who, like, if the time comes, they would not be for this, even though they're on the left. But the time's going to happen, and it's just going to sneak up on you little by little by little. They do this by eroding rights piece by piece. It's, you've got the Constitution, except not really, because do you have the right to keep and bear arms? Well, not in California, not in New Jersey or New York. So that's how they do it. What's the point of Second Amendment? To defeat tyranny by killing tyrants. That's what the Founding Fathers said. You're not going to do that with a 9-round magazine limit in the East Coast and a 10-round on the West Coast. That's not the point of the Second Amendment. Is not for self-defense. It's to fight a tyrannical government. It's not for hunting. It's not for self-defense. It's to kill tyrants. Which, you say that, it's like FBI is going to make a contact with you and find out if you're a threat to yourself or others. And obviously, again, it's no comment without an attorney present. It's your Sixth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so this is real. So, what can I say? If you're not prepped by now, get prepped. And also, if you're in that middle ground, even like normies, slightly right of center, slightly left of center, you're going to have to find out what kind of world you want for your grandkids. Because these people are sociopaths. And that's not hyperbole. It's not a gross exaggeration. I mean, there's a certain percentage of the population of psychopathy, sociopathy and psychopaths in any population group. And they're drawn to politics. And this is Fidel Castro, this Mao Zedong, Stalin, Pol Pot, Papa Doc. This is the face of pure evil. These kind of people. There's literally a few percentage sociopaths in any population, and they make their way to positions of power because they don't care who they step on. And that goes for guys on the right as well as guys on the left. If you think anyone in Congress is your guy, Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, Ron DeSantis, you think any of these guys, these fierce libertarians, are your guys? Well, they haven't been so far. They haven't said shit for the past 20 years. Their whole time in office, they haven't done anything to be a nationalist. They've just walked to the left where the left is running to the left. Trump is not your guy. None of those guys are putting their foot down and saying what's going on because they're owned by a bunch of Israeli bankers and NGOs, and no one will talk about it. They're not going to be the leaders of anything. The leaders are going to come from you and your crew and your little local neighborhood militia. It's going to be some soccer mom who's got a fetish for freedom, or she's got a little familiarity with the Constitution. And I say soccer mom because it's going to be anyone who looks around and goes, yeah, this can't go on. We're going to have to get some Founding Fathers shit going on here. Because it's so much easier to kick this down the road like our grandparents did, our great-grandparents did. Like, the time to fight this was probably 100 years ago. The next best time is right fucking now. Anyway, knock, knock, knock. Like, comment, subscribe. Remember your Sixth Amendment right not to comment without an attorney present. And I will see you guys all next episode.